Good evening, and welcome to Shootin Blanks. I'm Dylan Schaefer.
And I'm Dylan Schaefer. Tonight's topic of discussion, the shift of power in Congress.
Well, I just have to say, Dylan, that while the Republicans did have a very good night last week, this in no way is a death sentence for President Obama. The Democrats still control the Senate and have a lot of support within the big states.
A lot of support. The Democrats were crushed last week.
Well, I have to say, Dylan, that I don't agree. The economy is issue number one. The president has made it very clear that he's going to put forth full resources into stimulating job growth.
Stimulating job growth? Yeah, because he's done such a good job of that so far. Listen, we have massive deficit, the biggest our nation has ever seen. We have a continuing foreclosure crisis, which your Obama refused to put a moratorium on. And by the way, God is a Republican.
Look, I agree that something needs to be done about the foreclosure crisis, but how on earth can you tell me that a moratorium is a good idea? That would just make things more difficult for the banks, and in the end, everyone else would lose.
Within your own administration, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton supported the moratorium.
Secretary Clinton isn't the president.
Well, be that as it may. What we need are to end the liberal flip-floppers. We need someone in office who's going to fix Washington, not just make pretty speeches.
Oh, and I suppose that somebody is Sarah Palin?
Well, say what you will about her. She has the ability to move mountains.
Move mountains? She's not even a viable candidate.
Yeah, maybe she is, maybe she isn't. But with other up-and-coming stars like Marco Rubio and Rand Paul, you can guarantee the GOP is on the up-and-up and will overtake the White House in 2012.
Yes, there is a lot of excitement there, but that simply does not change the fact that the GOP in the end works for big business. They have a history of sacrificing freedom to advance political agendas and line their pockets.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me. At least the GOP knows how to govern. Obama is just a big, arrogant mess. He has never reached out to the GOP.
Well, maybe he would reach out to the GOP if Sarah Palin were on the other side.
Oh, yeah, right. In the meantime, the Democrats have continued to offer more promises and no solutions, and you know it. They wanted us to get out of Iraq. They wanted Guantanamo closed, and they wanted their horrible health care bill, which nobody likes, by the way.
You know what? The children, millions of children who are now covered under that health care bill like it just fine.
Well, don't worry. The GOP will reverse that ASAP. We will stop capricious legislation and empty promises.
What we need to do is balance our budget and figure out a way to pay down our debt.
Oh yeah, I'd like to see Obama do that.
Sarah Palin doesn't even know what debt is.
Sarah Palin is the most gifted politician in the Republican Party. Yes, she's a guiding light in the Republican Party.
She couldn't even
come on.
She had
I read your articles on the National Review.
You know what?
You think you're such a good writer? Oh, come on. Your tie is blue. Look at me, I'm a Democrat.
Your tie sucks, okay?
Your hair sucks. You got a big stupid part right down the middle. I wish Hillary Clinton were president. Well put.
Well, it seems we found some common ground. But in the end, it's important to remember that we're just two different people with two different but equally valid opinions.
And this is the end of Shootin Blanks for this week. Have a good night, everybody. I'm Dylan Schaefer.
And I'm Dylan Schaefer. Have a good evening.